You open your eyes before the sun does. The air is cold. The ground is hard. The camp is quiet. There is no alarm. No phone. No schedule. No one telling you what to do. But your body already knows the first question of the day. What do I need to do to stay alive? For ancient humans, this was not a thought experiment. This was prehistoric life. During the Stone Age, your ancestors woke up in a world where food was not guaranteed, weather could change quickly, and one bad decision could follow the group for days. This was human evolution in real time. Not in books. Not in museums. But in hunger, movement, memory, cooperation, and survival. So what did ancient humans actually do all day? The answer is not what most people imagine. They were not running from predators every second. They were not hunting mammoths from sunrise to sunset. And they were not sitting around doing nothing. Their day had a rhythm. Move when the body had energy. Rest when the heat became dangerous. Repair what was broken. Share what was found. Teach what had to be remembered. Stay close to the group. That rhythm may be older than almost anything in your modern routine. And your body still remembers pieces of it. The morning was for attention. Before the sun rose too high, the camp slowly came alive. Someone fed the fire. Someone checked the sky. Someone listened to the wind. Someone looked at tracks near the ground. This was not random. Your ancestors lived in a world that was always sending signals. A broken branch could mean an animal passed nearby. A change in wind could carry a smell. A quiet forest could mean danger. A fresh track could mean food. Modern life teaches you to check your phone. Ancient life taught your ancestors to check the world. And this is where the day became serious. Some people went hunting. But hunting was not just strength. It was planning. Where did the animals move? Which way was the wind blowing? Who could run? Who could wait? Who knew the land? A lone human with a spear was vulnerable. A group that could plan together was dangerous. That was the real weapon. Not just stone. Not just wood. Coordination. At ancient sites such as Box Grove in England, archaeologists have found evidence of large animal butchery and skilled tool use. It shows that early humans were not simple creatures stumbling through the wild. They were reading the landscape. They were working together. They were turning attention into survival. But not everyone hunted. And this is the part many people forget. Gathering was just as important. Roots, berries, nuts, seeds, insects, plants that healed, plants that harmed, plants that could feed a child when meat was gone. This knowledge took years to learn. A plant was not just a plant. It was memory. Which one can you eat? Which one makes you sick? Which one appears after rain? Which one hides underground? Which one matters when the hunt fails? That knowledge passed from older people to younger people through watching, walking, and repeating. No classroom. No textbook. No written list. Just attention. And if you forgot the wrong lesson, the cost could be real. By midday, the rhythm changed. The sun climbed higher. The body slowed. And here is the strange part. Rest was not laziness. Rest was strategy. Moving at the wrong time could waste water. Chasing animals in heat could drain energy. Working too long could make tomorrow harder. So your ancestors paused. They sat in shade. They repaired tools. They watched children. They talked. They waited. Modern life often treats rest like failure. But in the ancient world, rest could be intelligence. Your body may still know this. That afternoon dip you feel? That restlessness after sitting too long? That moment when your mind stops working even though your schedule says keep going? Maybe your body is not broken. Maybe it is remembering a rhythm older than clocks. But the day was far from over. Tools needed attention. Stone edges dulled. Wood cracked. Hides dried. Shelters weakened. Firewood ran low. Food had to be prepared. Nothing stayed finished. A tool was not just something you owned. It was something you maintained. Flint knapping, the skill of shaping stone into sharp tools, could take years to master. Archaeologist John Whitaker has shown through experiments how difficult it can be for an untrained person to make a useful stone tool. Your ancestors were not primitive in the way people imagine. They were skilled. They were patient. They were trained by repetition. And children learned by watching. They watched adults make tools. They watched food being prepared. They watched arguments. They watched jokes. They watched danger. They watched repair. Every day was school. But the teacher was survival. This is why the image of the lone caveman is wrong. Ancient life was not one person fighting nature alone. Human survival was social. Food was shared. Work was shared. Knowledge was shared. Childcare was shared. Anthropologist Sarah Hrdy has argued that cooperative childcare helped shape human intelligence. Human children are helpless for a long time, and raising them may have pushed humans toward deeper cooperation. A child was not raised by one pair of hands. A child was held by the group. And that changed everything. Because the group was not just company. The group was memory. The group was protection. The group was the difference between one fragile body and a living system. Then the sun began to fall. And the most human part of the day began. The fire. Fire was warmth. Fire was light. Fire was safety. But it was also something deeper. It pulled people close. It made faces visible. It made the dark smaller. Anthropologist Polly Wiesner studied firelit conversations among the Juhonsi and found that daytime talk often focused on practical problems, while nighttime talk moved more toward stories, emotions, imagination, and social bonds. That matters. Because stories were not just entertainment. A story could warn a child about danger. A story could explain where animals move. A story could remember a drought. A story could teach the group who to trust. Before writing, memory had to travel by voice. And firelight helped carry it. So what did ancient humans do all day? They survived. But not only by hunting. They listened. They moved. They gathered. They repaired. They rested. They taught. They shared. They watched. They remembered. Their day was not simple. It was full of invisible intelligence. And this is the part that reaches you now. Your body was built for a day with movement, weather, sunlight, tools, food, fire, people, and rest. Not for sitting under artificial light for hours. Not for staring at screens without moving. Not for eating without searching. Not for working without seasons. Not for being surrounded by people and still feeling alone. The modern world changed fast. Your body did not. So when you feel restless after sitting too long, maybe that is not weakness. When your energy drops in the afternoon, maybe that is not failure. When firelight feels comforting, maybe that is not random. When stories at night pull you in, maybe that is older than entertainment. These are echoes. Old rhythms inside a modern life. You open your eyes before the sun does. Today, the room may be warm. The screen may already be glowing. The schedule may already be full. But underneath all of it, your body is still asking the same ancient question. What do I need today to stay alive? The answer has changed. The question never did.